Okay, so thanks guys for watching this. I'm very grateful that you took the time to. Black people may not watch this. White people watch the whole thing. Okay. Hopefully everyone watches this. It's not a racial thing. Okay. I'm not racial. It's not racial. I'm not. I'm actually not. It's very important that we help Sean Combs and that we put ourselves in his shoes and know he's not guilty over that Mann Act thing. And remember, they came so fast and so hard. When they come like that, they plan to kill the person. Okay, they're gonna die right in prison, or they're gonna smallpox blanket them, which means they're gonna get some fatal illness. So we have to pray now. What do? We pray, all of us together. We see in our mind's eye, we say God's will be done first, okay? Okay. And we see Sean being returned to his family and his family growing healthy and they're all having kids. Now, what I was saying as the video is cutting out, first I want to say thank you in case this video cuts out. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. I send love out to everyone. This was meant to be done in love and to save Sean, okay, and his kids. His kids are a dynasty. They are a royalty to our community. And as I mentioned, I was trying to say, the success of the black man is of vital importance to the white man because the black man, upon his back, is so much money made for the white man even today. And that if the black man is weeded out, Mann Act slapped, and molestation charges, false. Some of them true, most false. And their names ruined or set to be ruined in all this. Every time that happens, some white person somewhere, tons of white people, millions aren't making money. Michael Jackson would take money into these hospitals. When the white people decided to kill Michael Jackson, those are white children that are not getting that money in the hospitals because there are not that many black people giving money to white hospitals, okay, that they would even have the money to give, okay. So we need to stop killing these black people, as a Willie Lynch would say, because and Mann Act slapping them and rendering them unable to make the money. And Sean John has given many money to many charities and things. I do not believe that there is someone taking the place of Michael Jackson giving money like that. And I do not believe there is someone that would take the place of the money that Tupac, Biggie, Left Eye, Aaliyah, and all these people would now be just basically handing with a gift wrap over to white record labels and movie studios. I do not believe there's anybody taking their place today. That's trillions that is lost to the white economy that helps their children to go to school and get their medicine and further their existence here in America. And when they further the existence here in America, they further the UK too. It is of a vital importance that Sean is allowed to continue his dynasty. It's of vital importance that the blacks have a seat at the table. You know, it's of vital importance that they have the opportunity to build their business without being taxed, overtaxed, red tagged, sweatshop labeled, and work with them like they work with the white corporations to say, hey, I'll help you build your factory and then I'll give you a good report. Instead of what they did with the Sean John, it's a sweatshop. He put probably millions of dollars into fixing things, and they brought a union in, which means he's going to lose money. Okay, now I'm in the union. Okay, we're looking at this economically and pointing this out. So this is still a wonderful thing, and at the same time, he's looking for a good report. They didn't give him a good report. They gave him a tongue-in-cheek report. Well, at least now, you know, they have a chair to sit in. They didn't say that. They said at least now they can, you know, they have air conditioning. It was like a slant down report. With bad publicity like that, any company is going to drop that. This is pushing black people out of their own businesses, pushing them out or intimidating them out. or hazing, harassing them out of their businesses so that they can't pass it on to their children. There is no Walmart. Walmart passed his business on to his children. The blacks are not being allowed to train their families. They're all being manacted, put in prison, jail, or accused of things they're not doing. Their names ran through the mud. Their names, all the blacks are being accused of molestation. And they're not being allowed to continue their legacy. They're not being allowed. This is the first generation blacks have had wealth the way they have now. And it's looked upon that they could pass it on into the next generation. It's very important. And Sean John is the key to this for all of us. It supports the whites. It supports the blacks. Last thing we say, blacks are interconnected with the whites here. They are related to the whites. They are bred by the whites. They were brought over by Africans. Africans were brought over here. And they're now mixed with white people, and black people are the blacks here. The African Americans, okay? They cannot be recreated if all the strong ones are bred out, which is what they're doing. Bozeman, the Black Panther, gone, okay? All the strong ones are being weeded out, killed, and it will leave the weak blacks, the cowardly blacks, the real ones. They always say the blacks are the cowardly ones with the big eyes and the little black cat-like looking around, sort of thing they do. But they're going to end up with the real one. If they keep killing off the strong ones, and that black isn't going to be able to go and do like Michael Jackson and go drop an album, or Sean Combs and go drop an album and make a hit. They'll talk about bubble gum, something nobody's going to buy. They're not going to sing the song of the slaves and the pain of the like Muddy Waters, the pain of the blues. They're not going to have that. Okay, and all these producers, Michael Jackson, Prince, all these producers no longer able to train the next generation how to make money for the white record labels. Who's going to make the hits? You say, well, the next generation will know what? All of their parents are being, a lot of them are being killed now, or man-acted. They're not around to teach the next generation how to make that hit. And the rest of the world's not going to be fooled. They create a lot of stars here in America. They create them because they bump the other ones out by not giving them the publicity. And I think the superstars probably know by now. But they also bump the other ones up that they want to bump up because they give them the great shot. Oh, hold it right there. The camera people are told how to ruin an artist or keep them up. The camera artist will actually film the back of the elbow of the star and underneath their heel, underneath their shoe. When they don't like an artist, they don't want them to advance. And when they like an artist and want them to advance, they'll zoom in and get the perfect close-up. They know how to do this, okay? The camera people on the award shows and things, they know how to make a star, they know how to break, or they know how to ignore a star. So they seem irrelevant to the camera, and they seem irrelevant to the fans, okay? They do this in music videos, and they do this all the time. They do it especially on award shows, okay? So I say this only to say, like for instance, if you watch a lot of the black and white movies of the 20s, 30s, 40s and things, they won't show the black person's hands when they're playing. They won't really, they show a lot of stuff, okay? They kind of cut it when you can see a wide view. And when they want to show a person, usually a white person, they really make them look great. They just film them from this angle and show their hands and show them from afar and get all the great shots, okay? And they'll kind of compartmentalize what they show in a black movie. Like they show a woman's body, a black woman's body. If they show a general picture of a woman's body, and oftentimes a white woman, you'll get they'll give a full, but when they show a black woman's body, they'll show you just the top part, just her head, and then they'll go just the bottom part, just her shoulder, because they don't want you to identify. This is camera work we're talking about, okay? And now we know that the camera people, they've been trained to do this. Okay, and so that's why they go get a DP, a camera person, or camera operator from Europe when they want to film a black person looking great, because the ones in America have been trained to film black people, in front of bars, or wearing orange and things like this, or wearing the stripes and things like that. That's and not just blacks, also women and children too, but that's a thing that they're known to do, that they're trained to do. Okay, or film them darker. Okay, so you don't see the eyes. The eyes are always looking away in all the pictures of the black people. Their eyes are closed because they're smiling so much and things like this. Because the eyes, you relate to the eyes, okay? Or, AI, you put black woman in there, they don't have a smile. You have to put smile teeth. In all the other races, they'll have a smile, okay? So they're training AI to do that, okay? Or put them in stripes or orange, okay? So this is an example, okay? Put bars behind them or bricks or something, okay? Now, that's just something. But we weren't here to talk about that. We're just here really to point out, and thank you for staying with me so long. And then I pray that what I'm trying to communicate is being received in love. Okay, it is important for all of us, including the UK, that Sean Combs is so just giving me a battery message. I thank God for this opportunity. Thank you, God, so much. I pray this is received in love by all beings, and I send love out to everyone, the police officers, Howard University, everyone, okay? We're all doing, everyone's working so hard, okay? Even in this federal government, not federal government, but federal group, this federal group, which I call federal group, I don't know what it is, not federal, who's killing all the people. They just don't know that the blacks are connected to the white. The blacks have always been the backbone to the whites. If it wasn't for the blacks and the Tuskegee Airmen keeping the Nazi, the swastikas, from bombing America, we wouldn't have been able to do the things that we did. Not that condoning. I'm just saying the strong black is the one that's making the music. The strong black that's being killed right now and weeded out is the music maker for America, making all the money for the white man. They're the dancers. They're the ones that care. They're the ones that stand up, that fight. They're the Black Panthers that stand up for the whites and the blacks. Okay? That's what I'm here to say. I'm here to say that it ruined the strong black American, ruin the white man in America. And if you ruin the white man in America, the white man in America supports the UK's dollar. So what I'm trying to say, and I don't know, I mean, don't quote me on this. I'm not like an expert on all or anything. But my point simply is that we must save the strong blacks. So you're saying, oh, those Black Panthers, we don't want to hear they use the word rhetoric when they talk about black people. We don't want to hear their rhetoric. We just don't want to be bothered. But they do want to be bothered with the Tuskegee Airmen that get in the plane and save so their children can walk around. The strong blacks who will stand up for the white people and the blacks. Black people have never bombed America or colonized America or oh no. The blacks are not the enemy of the white man. The blacks are the white man in America's best friend, because the other whites colonized the white American, and they bombed the white American, okay? And the Ku Klux Klan with the circle on the eyes thing, them, and I'm not trying to say anything or be rude, they're broke. They're broke. And what I mean by that is, aren't they a nonprofit? That means they're begging for money, handout like this. Also, they lost the war, okay? Like was said, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. They lost the war, okay, which a lot of people say was about sex, probably with black people. Free sex, okay? Which may be continued through this hazing, harassing, sleep gas stuff, okay? But my point simply is that so don't follow after them, and God bless them, because we're all related to them. Like I said, they're our great grandfathers for the black people. They were all mixed. So it's no need saying black against the white. We're all related. We're all related. Okay, they're in our bloodline, more likely than you conceive or imagine. But because the white man didn't claim his kids, so the black people have their pride. But we're all related, okay? And that's what makes all this whole talk about black and white stuff. It doesn't, you know, here in America, doesn't mean very much because check our genetics. We're all related to Jefferson, okay? we're all Thomas Jefferson's great grandkids, okay? 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 Literally. All right? So, but you have to understand, I mean, I guess they have a lineage too, you know, they have, and I'm sure there's some millionaires in there, but they're not giving it to the organization. That organization is asking for them. They're a nonprofit. I'm not saying that they get millions, okay? I'm not going to say anything about them. I'm not judging them. I say we're related to them, okay? I'm just here to say, don't follow after them. They don't want you to follow after them either. They probably say we do our own thing. We have our own thing, okay? So, no. The African American in America is the white man's best friend. They can't depend on the UK. If a Hitler rises up, the UK is like, look, we have to look out for ourselves. Every man for himself over here. They're over there with those people that start all the wars. Thank you. Okay? My point being, they're all in together. We are over here all by ourselves, as we know. Okay? So the black man has never bombed, neither colonized America. Yes? And the black man's always allowed the white man to make money on the back of the black man, even Michael Jackson, even Prince. So why are they not here? Why are they dead? That wasn't a good decision. That wasn't a good choice. That wasn't a good plan, is what I'm trying to say. Why are we all mad acting and keeping all these blacks from making money for the white group? And the next generation may not be able to make a dime. They can't sing, act, dance, and they have no interest. They're like, oh my goodness, me sing, act, dance, and bring up a sweat? Oh my God. So you're going to give me a microphone? Okay, yeah. So, bubblegum. Was that a rap? Okay, that's a rap. Let's go. I mean, was that a rap song? That's not like that's a rap. Oh my God. So let's go. The record label going to say, what's that? No, I need you to rap like a Tupac. You know what I'm saying? They're like, Tupac? Oh my God. Okay, I know that. Okay, so I can do that. So I know I've heard the name. So, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it again, okay? Who is that again? Okay, that sort of thing. There's a gap. Not that they would not know Tupac. They might not, though. In other words, the record label is going to say, make me that money like Michael Jackson. They're going to be like, oh my God, like what part? I can totally do Michael like that. Hee hee hee. Okay. Was that good? Or do you want me to do it again? Okay? That's what they're going to, to me, that's what they're going to get. Sean John is the key. He'll train his kids, what he knows, because he's one of the last producers. We only have so many producers left in the black community. And it's very, very important that we allow Sean to raise his family and to expand his business. Blacks aren't being allowed to expand. They need to spread their wings. They need to get in several businesses. Blacks are not buying businesses because they're always short-stopped before they get the chance to do so. There's the Billionaire, Fargray. I looked him up, couldn't find him online. Oh, to me, and I don't really know, I can't say. But to me, a lot of the reason hazing and harassing. I looked him up, some other people came up, and I'm like, that's not Fargray, okay, from the Billionaire. So the point is, where is he? He's a top, he made, at 15, he made $1 million. At 15, top business person. Where is he in the black community? But there's no support. People are not, the black community is not interested necessarily in distribution. But the business people are being shut down by hazing and harassing and over ticketing. He came out with a jam or something. They didn't do the right pH. They didn't do the right molding. Then they changed the molds. Then they did this and all this millions of dollars. I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars it costs to do this. The black companies aren't getting the support that they need to continue and sustain the black business people. And we need to, Lord knows, we need to wrap our arms around Sean Combs and help him. We need to make sure that he's going back to his family and teach his family what he knows, because we support the white infrastructure is being supported by the black community. Because how much more money did Michael Jackson make than any musician in America? And he's a black American. How many more millions of dollars more did Prince make through his Purple Rain project? Is $1 billion project. How many more millions did Aaliyah, Tupac, and Biggie well outselling all the musicians today? You see what I'm saying? I'm saying that we must support the Black businesses. They will always support the white infrastructure here. To remove the strong Blacks is to weaken the whites. They are connected. They're symbiotic. I think that's the term, which means they feed and live off of each other. The Blacks were created here in America by the Ku Klux Klan on this hand, which is the strong whites of the South. Mainly the large amount of Blacks were in the South. The strong African that made the voyage, okay? So we have a strong group of people, which are the African American state, and they're being weeded out. The strong ones are being killed left and right, and we really need to. And they're being shut down. When I mean shut down, like Tiger Woods and Bill Cosby and Simmons and Reed, by these charges and putting their name in the paper, and this need not happen. This need not happen. You see, these things need not occur. I'm not condoning. I'm saying I'm saying that it's very important that I'm not condoning here, okay? I'm saying that it's very important that we support the business in our community. These individuals will be teaching right now and building schools, and that's what they need to do. And we need to tell them we love them, and we need them, and we're not perfect. And may they please lead us through the forest, because they're our Messiah in a sense. I don't know if I'm using the word right, okay? But I mean our Savior, if you will. Now, I'm not trying to get biblical or godlike on this, but if we could do it, we wouldn't be trying to like living paycheck to paycheck type deal, okay? The waiting for the next day, the 1st to the 15th. Oh Lord. These millionaires and these billionaires can teach us what they know, and we love them, and we want to hug them, and we want to say, hey, I'm not perfect. Jesus said, throw the first stone if you're perfect. Okay, and they use the word if you haven't sinned. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Trust me, I'm not racial. I love all beings. I'm sure the Ku Klux Klan, they're running their business. It's not like before. I'm sure they're not harming anyone. We're not condoning. They just have their business. I'm not here to speak upon anyone, be rude or any way. Uppity. But they said, Tony says, don't use that because it's for Blacks. But I'm not here to be nappy. I said nappy. Tony said, don't use that word. That's what they said. They would say that, okay? I guess it means curly hair no? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't use that, okay? So all we're saying is I'm an humble person, and we're praying to God that we need I feel like he's the last Black in America. He's the last one. And if you don't have what Sean Combs is offering, so many Blacks, so many whites are gonna suffer. Okay? You see what I'm saying? To me, this is our salvation. We have to rally around Sean Combs. Now, I'm not physically saying, okay, run out into the streets and have a sign and do that sort of thing. What I'm trying to say, not that you can't, okay. I'm talking about going inside with the intention, the proper intention, with love, truly love. And praying to God, saying, God, let your will be done. Knowing and believing and seeing the truth that Sean has returned to his family, seeing it. And when you see it and you believe it, it's going to occur. And if we all just do that, we all just pray, we'll do that. And God bless all beings. The white man here in America, we don't want him to be here alone, left alone. He thinks that he'll thrive by himself, but he's not understanding that the white man colonized the white man. The rich will enslave the poor white man here. And if there's no one to pick his cotton, this is theoretically, he'll have to get out and pick it himself, okay? And the white man cannot stand out in the sun. This is just the truth. And the indigenous wouldn't either. Only the Black African, okay? Now, this means something. The dark-skinned Black African, okay? To me, they're being weeded out. It's very important that we keep them here and keep them strong. They have to advance. They're keeping knocked down and pressed down every time they try to do a business. Please we're praying to God. We're sending this out in love. We're sending this out in love. We're praying for Sean, okay? We're praying like if this is us. We're praying because things are delicate in life, and they're so ironic, and they're so it's not sarcastic, it's another word. It's a paradox. What I mean to say is, you would think, let's get rid of all these black people making running down America, okay? Oh, that sort of thing, okay? And then they find out when the blacks are all gone, okay, or so, let's say they all get on the boat. Then they start to watch a sports game, say, this sports game is boring. This sports game, it sucks, it drags. This is the same, okay? Not that that's maybe it's not good. This is boring. Where's the Kobe? Oh, he's gone. We killed him. Okay, not necessarily. I'm talking about this federal group. Maybe not me. No, but where's all the great pizzazz? Where's the punch in the music? It's gone. The black people are also gone. Where's that sweet taste in barbecue that I really like? It left with the black people. You say, well, I don't like that seasoning anyway. Okay. Where is the sauce that makes America different? Black America, not me. Not me. But the black, me too, okay? I could be white. I could be Latino, okay? I could be Latina. You don't know. You will not know if I'm Latino or not, okay? I could be Japanese. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know unless I tell you. You just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Yeah, okay? I could be Pacific Islander. You wouldn't know, okay? You'd have to wait till I tell you. Oh, okay? Because you can't tell these days who's who, right? So my point simply is, yes, I'm African American. But my point simply, or I'm African American looking, like they say in the, so if I was looking white, I would get white rose in the movie industry, just so you know, okay? So you just can't tell these days. You just can't tell, okay? So my point simply, so don't try to guess. Be kind to all beings, because you don't know who you're talking to, and you may be saying something, and that person is white or black or something like, or Latina, Pacific Islander, Asian, okay, Native American, and Middle Eastern, and you're saying something, and they're just that race. This happens, or they look like a guy in their room, or they look like a really guy in their room. Okay, so let's just move on with all of this and just say we are praying. So yeah, the white people would say, "Oh boy, this place sucks." Where's the special sauce? Oh, we all love America, and they're not me, of course, not America. They would never say that. Okay, but with a burger, okay, we're not talking about burger, vegan. Let's talk about protein. Okay, so I'm just talking. So, but truly, but basically, a meal has that special sauce, and that's the African American. It didn't take Trevor Noah to tell you, because he's right. He's right. God bless him. He's right. Okay, Trevor Noah will tell you, and he's right. It's a special sauce that goes into the meal that makes it good. So you say, oh, this smells so great. Oh, something just ain't right. America ain't America without the black man, the dark-skinned African-American black man, and the strong black man, and the strong black woman. Not that they're all dark-skinned, okay? They're white. You don't know who you're talking to. You think that you're talking to a white person as a black person, okay? And they're still just as strong, and they still do just as much for the community. And I'm not trying to say that. I'm trying to say that I'm trying to say that so America might think, okay, without these black people, it would be so much better. They're competing and they're trying to ride and they're trying to embarrass us. We'd never embarrass you. We'll always make you look good because you created us. There weren't no African Americans. There were Africans when they came here, and they didn't wear clothes. They used to peel the clothes off. Why would we be wearing all those clothes in Africa? It's some country they're coming from. Probably Ethiopia, Egypt, where I'm probably from. But I think my people also come from Ghana, okay? Because my name's Anna. There are a lot of Annas in Ghana. It's spelled A-N-N-R too, okay? Now, and then the white men will say, oh, you don't know where they came from. They know. They know everything. In what country. And the white men may say, we really don't know. She's giving us so much credit. Maybe you convinced us that you know everything. You know. And so, but truly, let's just talk about this, that the sports, blacks bring sauce to the Olympics, the sports, golf. They start, Tiger Woods going to golf, boom, everybody, billions of dollars in the golf field. You understand? You saying what we're saying? Venus and Serena come into tennis, boom, trillions of dollars in the tennis thing. This is what I'm saying. Black people bring trillions. Okay, my battery is about to run out, and I'm to the white establishment, to America, even to the UK that supports, America supports the UK. So their business and their enterprise and their presence and their living, like Willie Lynch, we gotta go back and read his book, the first part of it. Don't mix up their mind like he said. But, and they're still doing that anyway. But anyway, because the rich do that, you know, to the poor, they keep them separate. But what were we saying? Keep the blacks alive. They're making you trillions of dollars. What would it hurt that Michael Jackson keep making trillions for the white record labels? The blacks are always bringing sauce into the science, the first blood transfusion, the street lights, the tennis shoes that Nike makes trillions on. Metzelinger, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, okay? He was the one. The light bulb, was it Latimer? Is his name Latimer? That helped Edison create the light bulb. When Edison first did it, Latimer was the one that came up with, I think, the final touch. That's a black man. Credit or uncredited, okay? And Carver was the one that helped Ford come up with the plant. That's what I heard. The what do you call it? The line, the